Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Low and Live, man, where the streets talk, the chrome shine, and you already know what time it is, man. It's about the culture, keeping it right, it's clean, and all that good stuff, man. I'm your host, Mike Nan, and it just isn't a radio show, man. This is a movement. We're talking lowriders, community, car clubs, OG stories, and everything in between. From hydraulics to homies, shows the current cheese, man. We keep it real, raw, and always riding clean. So with that being said, man, whether you parked and posted, we're taking a cruise and we about to get it popping, man. Today I got my boy, the one and only, my boy Agent Zero, Live Ride Podcast. You guys already know that's where I be at every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. But we now here, and I get the pleasure and the honor to talk to my man Agent Zero. Man, what's going on, boss?
What's up, man? How's it going, brother? Thank you, man. Thank you for inviting me out, man. Being your first guest, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And you're not gonna be it's not gonna be the last time, too.
Oh hell,
we got to get you on this jump.
Yeah, man. We gotta be on here on regulars and stuff, man. Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
How you guys doing, man?
Before we get started, man, make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. Agent Zero, man, I want to start off with asking you about being in the lowrider community. How long have you been in the lowrider community? What inspired you to, get involved in cars and all that craziness?
Oh shit, man. Oh, excuse my language. I'm sorry, bro.
You're good. Keep going.
Edit that out. So how it all began for me, man, is when I was a youngster, man. Me and my homie Ernie, one of my best friends, man. We grew up since we were like 5 years old, and we always had the dream, man, of playing with Hot Wheels and stuff, like, oh, when we grow up, we're gonna have to fly as cars and stuff like that, man. And I guess we kind of prophesied it. We brought it about, bro. And now I think I got one of the cleanest Monte Carlos, and for a basic street ride, I think I got one of the cleanest Monte Carlos out here in AZ. But for the most part, man, I've been in it for about 30, 40 years, maybe, on and off, bro.
Oh man,
I got my daughter into it. She has a lowrider bike. She named it Marilyn Monroe's. It's clean, bro. It's a trophy winner.
Did you ever have a lowrider bike when you were younger?
I did.
You did?
I did, but it was because I was big. It was just low. Before we go any further, YouTube, this is my garage, man, and this kind of caught me off guard. So it's kind of a little messy right now, but it will, the examples of what we got going on and stuff. So just so you guys know, excuse the mess. Next time you guys see it, it'll be cleaner. I promise, man. I promise.
Hey, man, it's all love. Hey, you know what? We about to jump into, your Monte Carlo. So you did say you feel like you have one of the nicest street Monte Carlos. Tell us a little bit about your car. Tell us the story, because obviously I know, man, I've known my boy Agent Zero for some time, but for people that are just tuning in, let them know.
Yeah, so how this came about, man, my brother-in-law actually had it for him and his son. It was a project. And his son stopped showing interest in building it. So I kept hitting him up. I'm like, man, one day I'm going to have this car. One day I'm going to have this car. No, man, you're never going to get it. You're never going to get it. This is so-and-so. Oh, ice cream man coming. Squirrel. But so one day me and my old lady were at his house, and I brought it up to him, and it was just sitting there with spider webs and stuff on it. And I made him an offer, and he goes, nah, man, you're not going to get it. So I'm like, all right, cool, man. You let me know when you're ready. We got about halfway home, man, and he called me up. He goes, hey, are you serious? I'm like, heck yeah, I'm serious, man. He goes, come and get it. I flipped the U-turn on the freeway, bro. Got off and got back on. I drove that sucker home that night, man. Started it up.
What color was it when you first bought it?
It was like 4 different colors of gray.
Oh, dang.
Primer, bro. For real. It was like 4 different colors.
Dang.
But it was beat up. I mean, the body and everything was straight on it, but the inside, the interior, the roof was coming down. Man, it was a rough start, but it was a clean start. You know what I mean? It already had rims on it. It was already straight. The body was immaculate, bro. My body guy, Sergi Banner, he didn't have any issues, really, no major issues with it. But it's been, right now it's about 9, going on 10 years since I've had it, and now to where it is right now, man.
Do you ever see any projects in the future? Or you're like,
no. This is always going to be a project, but I got one coming up for my grandson. I'm currently looking for a 79 Monte Carlo or 79 El Camino, so I could have brother and sister, so that when he gets older, he can have the El Camino and I can cruise my Monte Carlo. Or vice versa, whatever.
But why the El Camino? Is there a reasoning behind the El Camino, or you just think that's
the El Camino is also a square body, what they would call square body. It's not
Yeah.
one of the rounded ones. 70s and stuff like that, 77s and 78s and stuff like that. They're all rounded. They have a rounded curve. The 79 is a square, flat,
Yeah.
square, and it just looks better. It looks just look to me at least, and it's something that my dad had when he was still alive. He had one, and I always wanted to get it from him. And he never sold it to me though. He sold it to some other old white man down the street or something.
Nah.
But yeah. So but the 79 El Camino and the 79 Monte Carlo, I think that's just a match made. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's super dope.
For me and my grandson to go cruising. I mean that's like generational thing. So
with that being said, you want your grandson to be cruising in the community. There's a lot of events that go on. And I know what we talk about, like on Lowrider, is breaking the stereotype of people automatically assuming that it has anything to do with anything negative. But you say you want to take your grandson out there to be cruising. That's because you're comfortable. Like, reach more on that. Like, why?
yeah, because the lowrider community from the 90s. Hold on, let me turn on my radio real quick. The lowrider community from the early 90s and late 80s and early 90s, man, they had a real bad rep, bro. We couldn't cruise Central without being harassed by the police officers, but for a good reason, though. I mean, most of the people that are out there, they were showing off, man, showing out, little gangbangers.
Being little thugs.
Little thugs, gangbangers and stuff like that, So it was expected, you know what I mean? I mean, once the movie Colors came out, Boys in the Hood, all that stuff came out, man, and it just gave... People started giving the lowriders a bad name because the lowriders was associated with those movies, and so it just kind of became a stigmata that lowrider people were bad. We were, don't hang out with those guys. Don't be around them. But for the most part, man, nowadays the 2000s and stuff, it's came back to full circle, bro.
Yeah,
it is a family event. If you guys ever been out to a family car show or anything like that, you guys know you see little kids running around, little Power Wheels. You see RC cars now and stuff, and I feel very comfortable taking my grandson out, man. I mean, I want to take him with me everywhere I can, but unfortunately, my Monte Carlo don't have seat belts, so I can't take him in the Monte Carlo all the time.
Wear your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you know what's crazy? What I thought about when you were saying that was, do you think that when we were that age, let's say like early 20s, right? But there's people that are in their 40s and 50s when you're at that age that are doing what we're doing now. Not like the podcast and stuff or the radio and stuff, but like, trying to break the stereotype then, and maybe we were the knuckleheads and then it's just generational. Possibly.
That's how we see it now.
Yeah.
We're the old heads now. You know what I mean? These youngsters coming up. For people that know, there was just an incident at the Owasa event that went on a couple months ago or whatever it may be. It's just youngsters, and I think you said it's just repeating itself.
Yeah.
But they were trying to tie that into the lowrider scene too. Like, no, man. We all came together and shut that down. It was like, no, this has nothing to do with the lowrider scene. It had somebody, two people were fighting or three people were fighting, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Whatever the story goes, I don't know exactly how it went, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah, I get you.
And it's just people trying to pinpoint lowriders. Some people still see us as bad guys, but man, we got police officers, man. We got Avondale Police Force. They actually have a lowrider. They actually have a lowrider police car, man.
That's crazy.
Switches and everything, bro. So bunch of these. I mean, even Phoenix Suns nowadays, man, with El Valle, the 57. They have a lowrider now. So,
ladies and gentlemen, the culture is back. It's always been here, but we just heavy hitting it hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Out here in the lowrider community, we out here trying to have a good time, not get too crazy, try to win awards, because majority of the time, folks don't know that it's not just about bouncing your car. Obviously, it's a nice, gesture, but it's a form of art. Everybody's car is different and unique in their own ways, because whether they wanted to try hard on it or they didn't want to try hard on it or they're doing too much, it's their car. It's how you feel.
It's never really doing too much, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can never really do too much. Some people might think I've done too much to my car, which I haven't. I don't think I have. I mean, I still think I got a long ways to go. So, and I'm very humble about that, because when I do hear somebody say, "Hey, man, you got a nice ride," and I stand back and I'm like, "Damn," but I could point out all the flaws